Hi there. In this video, I'm going to show you an example of how I use a digital whiteboard tool to collaboratively design business applications with my clients and stakeholders. Now, if you're in the business of designing business applications, you know it can be super complex and challenging. It involves understanding end users and their needs, processes, and then also the outcomes and the objectives that the business want to achieve. And so for me, a digital whiteboard tool like Miro, which I'm going to present today, can be really effective at helping with this design process and making it more efficient and more effective. It brings everyone together. So your project team, your stakeholders, and your end users can all collaborate and share their ideas on what they think the design should be. And so by working with others in real time, sharing ideas, getting approvals and feedback super quickly, makes for a really efficient process. It also allows people to feel like they're part of the design process and have better buy-in as you head towards the build and user acceptance testing later on in the project. We can have all these visual elements all on one page, which makes it really easy for people to get aligned rather than reading a whole bunch of documentation. So if you're looking to improve the way that you design business applications, collaborate better with others, and improve the processes around it, I really encourage you to use a tool like Miro. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you through an example of how I lay out a board. And what we've got here is the zoomed out view of the board itself, where I've got different components and different sections that I'll run through. First of all, I gather up any discovery artifacts. So these are things that a client or stakeholder may send to you, which could include things like photos, documents, spreadsheets, all those sorts of things that they're currently using right now within the problem space that we're trying to design an application for. So I dump those on a board, so we've got a place to refer back to them really quickly if we need to throughout our design workshops. The next thing I do is start preparing. And so I've got a series of exercises that we work through to help identify what people we should be having in the workshops and then frame the problem area that we're looking at. So we do a thing called a solution canvas, which looks at what are the business objectives, what are we trying to achieve with the project that we're doing. I then break down into an exercise called expert interviews, where we start understanding the end users better. So we visually map out what are the challenges that the end users are facing within different areas of the problem we're looking at, and we zoom in and identify what are the ones that are most challenging and the most important to solve as part of our project. We then take that a level deeper and we look at, for the end users, what is their journey through the process at the moment? What are they doing? What are they interacting with? What are they thinking, feeling as they go through this process? And then what are their challenges that they're having? And finally, we look at, well, with those challenges, what are the opportunities we have with business applications to overcome those? Once I've got a good understanding of a user's current journey through the process, we then start to take those opportunities to overcome their challenges and we map them onto a future state business process where we list out who are the people involved and what are the systems or the technologies that we're going to use to solve this problem. We then look at what is this application going to look like from a user's perspective. So we've designed ourselves a process with some systems to automate parts of it. And now it's around putting together wireframes and screenshots of what that system will look like. And we map it back to that business process so that our end users can get an understanding of, hey, in this stage of the process, I know that I'm going to be looking at a screen similar to this. And then putting our design together and getting more into the technical details, we can start putting in more elements like our entity relationship diagram and linking those to the different screens and parts in the process so that our development team can get a good understanding of what they're going to be building in the back end. And so that's an example of how I lay out my Miro board. You could do this on any digital whiteboard tool. There's a lot that are very similar, but I encourage you to take what I've shown you here, make your own board. You'll be pleasantly surprised at how the collaboration works when you have everyone interacting on a board like this, people can share their own ideas, they feel engaged, they feel part of the project, and I just noticed that the outcomes are significantly better compared to doing things in isolation with written documents for feedback. If you like this video and you want to see more, I'll be doing more diving into some of the details. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.